First time since November, they are unchanged in the Premier League. As we've mentioned, Cole Palmer, 18 games now without a goal, just behind Nicholas Jackson. So Arne Slot for Liverpool promised players who have been starved of minutes an opportunity in the last 4 games, and he has made 6 changes from last weekend. Jota, Tsimikas, Jones, Kwanzaa all in, and so too Endo and Elliott, who actually start for the first time in the Premier League this season. Van Dijk and Salah remain. They maintain their record of starting every game so far this season. And that's significant, Michael, that Salah and Van Dijk start again.
Well, Liverpool have given them such a big contract that they're getting their money's worth, aren't they? Straight away. We want a return on the money straight away. No, I mean, every team relies on a 2, 3, 4 players that really are the focal point. You know, Liverpool's goalkeeper, Alisson, of course, Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah. Straight away, you've got 3 players there that arguably are the best in the world in their respective positions, and you can't really do without them. So, you know, you can understand why Arne Slot has put those in, and then, you know, fun.
I've got to say, I thought they were better all round. They started the game well, they finished the game well. There was a little spell there for Liverpool for sort of 10-15 minutes when they brought
to score. And, yeah.
I think these two here are doing their job here, Michael, aren't they? They're analysing the goals, look at them.
All they're doing is laughing.
Oh, it's brilliant, it's good to see.
Yeah. No, he was very good, Cole Palmer, today. Yeah. And he deserved to be on the winning side. And I think he gave Curtis Jones a bit of a rough time, to be honest. He was ghosting off him a lot of the time. A couple of the goals, he did do that. He ghosted off Curtis Jones. But in general, I thought Chelsea deserved to win, but Liverpool put up a good... And you can see that they're champions. You can see Liverpool's attitude. They're still, you know, even at 2-0 down, still pushing, still trying, get the goal. They had the attitude of champions, but just didn't come off today.
Indeed. So we'll see how pivotal that is for Chelsea in 3 Premier League games. Yes, they've beaten Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. 3 goals, 3 huge points in their quest to return to the Champions League for next season. And even better news, after 18 games without a goal, their star man was back on the score sheet late on as well. How significant does that feel for Chelsea in terms of the Champions League, Glenn?
Very significant, I've got to say. You know, they had that, they saw Newcastle drop points, so they said, right, we've got to get out and do our business. Cut away from Liverpool, they're champions, and whether they play at their very best or whatever team they get out, they had to be professional. And they did. I felt they were going to be motivated. They came out of the traps really quick and hit Liverpool early, and it was the best thing that could have happened for them. I thought there were some really good individual performances from Chelsea, Palmer being the top one, but Cucurella defensively didn't see Salah today, really, at all. Done his job. Salah really doesn't defend that much, but he didn't go and attack Cucurella. It was like one-on-one, take him out of the game, did the job. Caicedo did very, very well on the other side, right back, and then went into midfield, releases Fernández, and you see him, Fernández, arriving in the box quite a lot, gets his goal. So tactically, Chelsea today, it was all spot on, and they got it right, and they thoroughly deserved the win. But the fact that Palmer, the talisman really, who's been so brilliant since he's been at Chelsea, has had this lean spell, for him to get on the score sheet and play, like we said before the show, before the game, let him play. He's best when he's just playing free. And today he had that position where he could, because Caicedo goes into midfield, it releases him even more. So he found himself in lots of times and space. And wow, if you're going to give him time and space, he will hurt you. And he did today. He hurt Liverpool a lot.
And with the run he's been on, 18 games, as we mentioned, without a goal involvement, it would bother some players. But his body language, he doesn't look like he gets bothered in any way, shape or form, Cole Palmer.
He doesn't, but internally he would be a bit
He wouldn't show it, would he?
No, he wouldn't really show it. But I mean, Glenn makes the right point, because we've all been there. We've all had lean spells. We've all either not scored, or if you're a defender, you're conceding all the time, or making mistakes, or whatever position you play. You do something. When things go wrong, you start thinking about things. Why am I not playing? Why am I not scoring now? What have I done? And you start thinking, shall I get closer to the goal? Will it give me a better chance of scoring if I do this, this and this? And as soon as you start becoming a thinking player, you've not got that natural magician-like things that Cole Palmer has got. And he has got to go out there and almost, he's better when he's not bothered, when he is what he seems, you know, when he's just lackadaisical, you know, just looks like it's a park game. And I think that's what he started looking like again today. Don't tie him down to rules, don't put him in positions or say you've got to be here at this point. Let him play, because that's when he creates magic. And yeah, and I think if there's anybody, like, don't get me wrong, certain defenders, when the ball's there, you have to be here. That's just, you know, certain. But for someone like Cole Palmer, that's a bit of a free spirit, he doesn't want to be tied down to anything. And Glenn hit the nail on the head before the game. You know, he looks like, before today, he looked like he was thinking about it. And when he thinks, you know, it's not a good sign. So, yeah, he was back to his best.
I think the thing with a player like Palmer is that when you're not playing at your best, things start to get like a wall, and they start to enclose in you and within your mind. And then it gets worse, and then he's gone all them games without scoring. Now he's broke the seal, what I call breaking the seal in this game. That can be done in one game. All that build-up of many, many games are out the window now. It's just one game that takes a creative player to really say, I'm back to my best. So it's come at a great time for him. They're in a semi-final of a conference if he plays. And obviously they're playing Newcastle next, who's the biggest rival for them for the top 5. So it's a wonderful time for him just to go. He'll forget about all that now. That's out the window. That's gone. That's down the road. It's now, wow, I enjoyed that. I'm back to my best. Can't wait to get out and play again.
What he's got to do, though, Glenn, as well, he's still only reasonably young. What he's got to probably do is learn from this and not feel that enclosed. In future, he can't let it go to 17 games. You know, there are easy wins. When you get experience, there are easy wins that actually get you out of these ruts far, far quicker than an inexperienced player. There's simple things that you can do to make yourself feel better again. And I think he might look back on this run and think, do you know what? What took me so long? There's nothing different here. And next time it might be 4 or 5 games of not Cole Palmer play.
There's a great point you make there. And with my experience now, of being a player for so many years and the manager, is that that happens and you wait for that to come alive. Now, it's took a long, long time for him to happen. Too long. Now, there's 2 ways of doing that. You're waiting and waiting for that game or a striker, that goal, when there's a little bit of a lean spell. But that's why sports psychologists in the games today can shortcut that. I don't know if he's worked with a sports psychologist there or not, but you could have put that right way back if he'd have gone and sat and spoke to him and started, because everything comes from your mind first. It's your intention first. You don't just go out and play. Your mentality and how you think and how you feel is even more important than how you think. So that could be put back in very, very quickly. Particularly strikers, for instance. If a striker misses an open goal and they go in, they say, sorry, lads, let you down. They say, you're right on the Monday morning. You go, yeah, I'm fine, Gaffer, I'm fine. You wouldn't tell them that you're not. It's playing in there. It's in the subconscious. Now, that can come out with a sports psychologist. That's why you have them. Because mentally, the game's played in your mind first. That's the first port of call for any player. And I think he will learn from that. And the experience of it now, I put it right last time. It took me a long time. But that's why sports psychologists are so important in sport, not just football.
Interesting. OK, high time we got some Chelsea reaction. Moises Caicedo is alongside Cole Palmer.
So even before the goal today, you must have felt like you'd really helped your team. You looked like you enjoyed it. You had a big influence on the game.
No, yeah, today I felt like myself. I have been before the recent times. I felt confident. I was trying things, first time passes, playing forward, not just playing free. And when you got him next to you, it's a dream, really.
Go on, I mean, it's you guys in attacking areas that get a lot of the credit. How good is he?
Wow, machine. Obviously, from the start of the season to now, I think he's been our best player. Yeah, he's a machine, wins everything back, always 100% every day, humble, nice to everyone, and yeah, everyone loves him.
Yeah. Do you want to repay the compliment, Moises? Because this guy, good players have tough moments, and Cole's maybe had one, but there's no doubt in the quality, is there?
No, Cole, he's an amazing guy. Always trying hard also. Yeah, I'm so happy for him. He helped us a lot, even when he didn't score. He helped us. Yeah, he's a great guy, and he deserves everything.
Okay, so Cole Palmer back in the goals, also player of the match. But I'm not sure you actually agree with that, do you?
Well, I mean, I'll take it.
I thought you were handing it over to Moyes.
No.
Cole Palmer is the player of the match. Well played.
Congrats, bro.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
He's got personality. He's 23 this week, actually. And he's a sort of a character that would rub off in a positive way on his teammates, Glenn.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, he looks like pretty, like we're saying, as a player when he's at his best, doesn't care too much, doesn't think too much about it. You know, it's well, I didn't think I played, you know, player of the match. I think there was better players out there. He's pretty humble as well. Let's hope he doesn't change. The key for him is not to change. That's the thing. Go back to analyse how he's played today compared and how he's felt inside and how he's played today compared to the last run that he's had, and keep that, keep it, and keep it for the rest of his career. Then when, as Michael said, when he goes through these little runs again, he might get injured, come back 3 weeks later and say, right, I've done it before, I can do it again now. And that's where you have to think about the game to be consistent and play year after year after year. But he's a special talent. I just hope he doesn't start really thinking about the game until he's 30, if you like, and then he can hand it all on to somebody else during a game and give him their experience, because he's a kid. Hopefully he'll play for England like that as well, you know, and just feel as if a manager's job then is to say, look, I really, really rate you. You can have 4 bad games and you're still going to play the 5th game. If you tell him that and he can relax and go and play, we'll get the best out of him.
Let's have a closer look then, Michael. Why was he more like his old self today with the Man of the Match award there?
Well, we've mentioned a couple of his attributes that are just natural. I mean,
Inevitable, but if there was a drop-off today, was it perhaps a little bit understandable?
You also see why we won this league. We played the ball, brought the ball out of the back really well. We came back after being 2-0 down. We just didn't give up. But I've said many times, margins are small, and today you could see maybe in some moments a few percentages were not there. As for example, lead up to both goals, 2 times we've slipped, and that is not what you can afford at this high level against a very good Chelsea team.
And you were praising Chelsea in the week for the game that they gave you at Anfield, so same again from them.
Yeah, but it was completely the opposite. So at Anfield, I think they had 65% ball possession. Today we had that, but they were a constant threat on the counter-attack as well. But yeah, they have a very good team, well organized, so many great individuals. So it would always be a difficult game to play here, but for us to play the way we did tells me also why we won the league. But yeah, it also tells you if you have just a small drop off in the final third in attack and in the final third defensively, yeah, you can concede or don't score, and that is what happened today.
And I guess maybe with a team of proven champions, is the mood a little bit flat in the dressing room with any defeat?
No, a wise man once said to me, nothing good comes from losing a football game, and that's also how we experience it. So this is not what we want. 3 games to go. It was, again, last week it was fantastic how our fans supported us, but today, again, the fans were really loud. So for ourselves, but definitely also for the fans, we're looking forward to Sunday when Arsenal comes to our stadium. Again, a very good and strong squad, a strong team. We were looking forward to that game.
And strangely, because you got the job done, is that exactly the sort of game you need?
I think it might help, because also the game today brings normally the best out of you, and that's also what I saw, because yes, we slipped twice with a goal conceded, but the amount of times we were able to play through Chelsea was much more than half a season ago, where we had much more trouble and finding ways to play through them. And I think today that we did this more than enough, but in the final third we were not as aggressive, or yeah, we missed a bit of a few percent to score.
It was being very, very important.
And what pleased you most about your team's performance?
The way they deal with different plan, because we didn't plan the game to defend deep. We plan always the game to be high aggressive, high pressing, aggressive, and they force us to defend deep for moments of the game, and the player, they deal very well with that.
Romeo Lavia, back to fitness, back in the team. looks as though he could be a key player for this football club for many years.
Yeah, and unfortunately has been injured for most part of the season. You can see that the team with Roma is a better team. Now hopefully we can keep him fit until the end.
And you look at his age, you look at the age of the rest of the squad. When you see them beat the team that's just become champions like that, does that give you hope for, not just right now, but again, the years ahead?
Yeah, I said many times that for me, Chelsea, because of the squad, the future is bright for the club.
Are you feeling particularly confident about the Champions League qualification chances now? Because it looks as though it's going to be a scrap right to the end, but you've made good progress today.
Yeah, the win has been important, but it's not done. Unfortunately, the league doesn't finish today, so we need to play still 3 games and go game by game. Hopefully we can win more games.
3 cup finals and then maybe a cup final.
Yeah, exactly. That now on Thursday we have the second leg. We need to be focused on that and try to reach the European final.